Welcome to the fitness podcast Beyond the Workout, featuring your host, Coach E, where we give you health and fitness tips that go beyond the gym and help you along your fitness journey. So stay tuned and enjoy the show. Thank you for your interest in this podcast, Beyond the Workout. As a disclaimer, anything you hear in this show from me, Coach E, Eric Dunstan, or any of my guests that is related to health, exercise, nutrition is just that. It's information only. What works specifically for you has to be thoroughly evaluated and checked by a professional, either your physician or a professional personal trainer. Okay, enjoy the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another show of Beyond the Workout. It's me, Coach E, Eric Dunstan, with a show that I hope reach your mind and reach your heart to make a difference in your life. Now, I chose this show, one, because I found an article based on the point I want to discuss, and also as I travel about in my area, in this particular area in North Carolina, it's so obvious that these places just stand out like sore thumbs. I mean, they're just there. They're on billboards. They're major advertisements for it, and everywhere you looked, everywhere you look, it's in your face. It might be your coworkers, your family, just other friends that bring this into your presence. And what am I talking about? And I don't want to offend anyone out there, but it's junk food. I was driving one day and got to this intersection, and there was a fast food place to my left, cat corner to that on my left. There was another one, and then across the street from there on my right was another one, and then to my immediate right was a convenience store, gas station. What are you going to be offered there? Well, that's what this show is about. I think you're going to be offered junk food. And so I wanted to talk about that just a little bit. And I have let me find this picture because I want to show you a picture when I pulled into a convenience store. And I want you to take a look at this picture. And when I talk about junk food, and I'm not advertising for anyone here, but when you look at this picture and you see these rewards, gas stations give you rewards apps to get deals such as this. Now, I sat there because I had gone in there to warm my food um, in their microwave. And I sat there and I just observed this picture and thought, what on that list of items could Coach E purchase that would be of benefit to him? And of all of those items on there, I only found one. Do you see the left column, the third item down? That's all I could really benefit from. So I might get this rewards app, and this is the deal of the week, and I could only get one item. I cannot consume anything else on this chart here or this in this picture because it's going to likely have excess sugars or added sugar and excess, of course. It's going to have likely natural flavor, but then other dyes and chemicals that Coach E just don't want to consume for his health. So that's what I wanted to do this podcast and talk about that. But more so, are you addicted to junk food? Now, I I go into offices and I mean I know people care about their health to some degree, but if I see someone in an office and they're talking about this program that they're trying to do and they need to lose weight, and they might ask me some questions because they see that I'm a fitness person. But if you have a extra large cup of soda in front of you, you're defeating your purpose, you're defeating your goals. You're not doing yourself justice. It is junk food, it's junk beverage, and your body don't need it. So I want to pivot now to this article. Again, I'm an AARP member, and I'm now looking through their articles. And this is the correct name is the AARP Bulletin, which is a newspaper type uh, uh, item that you can get as a subscription if you were qualified to be an AARP member. So I like how this article started because it talked about a guy. I don't need to give his name, but it says that he's addicted to junk, and what he does is he'll have his frozen pizza, a candy bar, or a packaged pastry, and then his head would throb. A little bit of sweat would show on his brow, and even on his body, he would sweat. And guess what? He'll crave it again. And if he craves it, he's going to get it again. So, as an older adult, you mature adults out there, the ones who have busy lives, again, my contemporaries, 50, 60, 70-year olds, and those of you who are younger, don't start down this path because it will catch up with you in possibly a form of a chronic disease. So the article mentioned that 1 in 8 adults ages 50 to 80 show signs of addiction to ultra processed foods. And these foods are your sugary beverages. Uh, it could be soda, it could be juice, it could be ultra processed snacks, your salty chips, fatty fast foods, those French fries that are so delicious. All of that ultra processed food. It mentions 1 in 8 of adults ages 50 to 80 are addicted to that. Now, this was a poll that was actually done this year, 2023, by AARP. And nearly half of the older adults experience at least one symptom of junk food addiction. Now, how do you know you're addicted to junk food? The cravings, intense cravings. I gotta have it. I gotta go get it. You know, I used to pass by these places and whoop, swing right in there, maybe get me a small fry. Nope, no more. There's a place down here called Cookout, and you drive past it, and the smoke is just booming off of the roof, and you drive past there. If your windows are cracked, sometimes if your windows aren't cracked and your vents are open, you get that whiff of them burgers cooking. Man, you want to pull up in there, get you a burger, some fries, milkshake, soda. Ooh, I hope you don't want to go in there. And that's a sign of that craving. That's a sign of addiction. But even worse, if you try not to have it and you have withdrawal symptoms and you try to because you're trying to resist it, wow, that shows you're an addict to junk food. So the article breaks down this term ultra processed, and I have mentioned in a few shows ultra processed foods because most of us all of us eat processed foods. So if you got some broccoli, some green beans, uh, some lettuce that was chopped, some spring mix, that's a processed food. It went through a process to get into that packaging. Okay, that's fine. We're not farmers, we're not growing our own vegetables, but ultra processed is foods that have super flavoring agents, preservatives, food dyes, other additives, refined fats, and they're just a bunch of carbohydrates that's stripped of fiber and other nutrients. Now you can read on a package and you can read all of the ingredients. A lot of people stop when they read the um, the label of how many the macronutrient or the nutrient value, like the calories, the protein, carbohydrates, and fats. They say, okay, it's not that much, not that much sodium, but go to the ingredients list. Now, it's been said that if you don't know what those ingredients are or you can't pronounce them, take that little package and put it right back on the shelf. If you bought it, don't open it. Take it back to the store or throw it away. Don't even give it to someone because you don't want to give them that. You don't want to give them junk. So be careful and don't be enticed by that candy bar ad, that fast food ad when you're sitting there watching TV. Um, because these foods have been linked to chronic inflammation. Uh, those those underlying conditions like that are behind obesity, heart disease, Alzheimer's, diabetes, and more. It starts with the inflammation, and inflammation. Well, I just learned you can have inflammation of the brain. Now, there are ways to combat that, and one is to get off the junk food, get off the sugar, get off the natural flavoring, get off those added chemicals, read your labels and resist the urge. But it might not be easy to do. So it, these foods have been created this way, and unfortunately, they've been created by these labs to keep you coming for more. Um, People are addicted to it, and it's hard to resist. Um, but I think you can, and I hope you can, because that guy that was mentioned earlier, they said that you know he he just decided that he's going to quit cold turkey. He looked into the um, how do would you say it, the dangers of, or the lack of benefits of eating sugar and flour. And he also, they said, he went through therapy. If you have to go that far, if you need somebody to help you stop, go that route because it is beneficial for your body, your overall health. And he mentions that his life without junk food is so much better, and when he avoids it, he's much happier. And I think you will be too. So what I wanted to do is to conclude this by going into uh, the four things that was mentioned of your how you can survive that junk food addiction. Some things you can do, and they mentioned four. Now, number one, it says wait it out, and it compared it beautifully to like a wave. Now, if you're ever at the beach and you'll see the waves come in, not all the waves are the same size. You might have this huge wave come in, and you're waiting, and you can see sometimes the surfers are out there waiting for this big wave to come in, but then this little one comes in, and another little one, then a smaller one after that. So the thing is that craving might be like that huge wave. Well, let that wave go by. Don't turn into these stores, these convenience stores or these fast food stores, or go down the dry aisles of the grocery store just to satisfy that craving. Wait it out. Breathe through it. Relax your mind. When that wave gets smaller and smaller and smaller, go ahead and leave. You'll love yourself for doing it. Just try to wait it out and let that craving subside each and every time. Now, if you just have to give in. I mean, you did it. Oh well, we can't stop you. This is one thing I used to do. When I worked in a place that had a vending machine, it had a soda machine sitting in there. I would always go almost every day and get us a can of soda from that machine. Just got it, drank it, got it, drank it. And then one day I said, I need to get off sodas. So I made it a waste of money. So I would put my money in, get the soda, drink half of it, and then pour the other half out. Did it again, and it just felt like a waste of money. So eventually, that half that I would drink, I didn't drink. I didn't even go and get the soda. I just kept my little 50 cents. That's what sodas cost back then. Kept my little 50 cents to myself, and I'm glad I did. Now I even after that I did drink soda, but now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women, no, I can't do it anymore. I do some natural sodas. You know, if I look at the ingredients and just a few things, but if it has sugar in it, added sugar, no, I might do something with stevia, but even carbonated water is all not that good for the colon, the gut. So I try to be a little careful with that as well. The next, the second point they mentioned is avoid triggers. So, what are the triggers or the environments, the situations that make you crave food? Now, a lot of us, because we were groomed to go to like the movie theater, and we were groomed when we went to the movies, is to get that bucket of popcorn, get that soda, get those little raisinets, those chocolate covered whatever, the candies, and sit there at the movies and enjoy the movie. So, guess what? When you sit and enjoy a movie at home in front of your TV, that could be a trigger. So maybe you should avoid it. Another trigger is don't go to the store hungry. If you go to a grocery store hungry and you see this snack, well, I get this snack to satisfy me until I get home. It might be a snack of junk. So avoid going to the store hungry. So those are some of the things that Coach E would recommend to avoid certain triggers. Well, to avoid the trigger, but then, of course, uh, don't give into it, or don't put yourself in a position. And you know what? The next thing is beneficial too, because along with avoiding triggers, even if you binge watch TV and you wanted to have a snack, the third thing it mentions is pursue convenience. So it says that packaged doesn't mean have to mean unhealthy. So you can get some things that are prepackaged that are good for you, that are healthy for you. You can get a trail mix, not one with little candies in it, but make sure it doesn't have added sugars. I bought one that had it didn't have any added sugars in it. It had natural sugar from I think some raisins in it, because you can't get cranberries, because cranberries they add sugar to it, because cranberries are bitter. And now I'm learning to like mine even bitter, but I mix it with raisins and almonds and pecans and raw cashews. But excuse me, but so you can get convenient packaged items um, that are healthy for you, and you can snack on those while you're watching a movie. You can do it. You can have oranges. You can have those little tiny oranges. I can't think of anything now. I just bought a bag of them. You can have those, uh, bananas, and you can have that. You can snack on that. Pistachios are great to snack on while you're watching a movie. So just think about those little convenient packages that are or prepackaged items, and maybe you can find a lot of healthy stuff to keep in your house, keep in your car, and definitely keep around when you're binge watching or watching a movie. And the fourth thing it mentions is, which I always would recommend, don't skip meals, because hunger will make you more vulnerable for cravings. Um, Try to aim for uh, whole foods throughout the day. I still kind of do my meals 3 hours in between a meal. Even my snack, like my snacks might be like I mentioned, the nut mix, the almonds with pecans, raisins, cashews, and cranberries. But then sometimes I have a salad snack. I put a little protein. That's what I had today. I had sliced egg on a kale salad. It was so delicious, but it was my snack. It was the meal after my breakfast before my lunch. So that worked out well for me. So I mean, I hope you saw some benefit in this. I want to conclude with the fact that I'm still doing my NSNF30. I don't know when you're going to listen to this podcast. I'm going to put it out very soon, but when you listen to it, I started my NSNF30, which stands for no added sugar, was no sugar, which means added sugar, and no natural flavoring because I did a show about natural flavoring for 30 days. And I started December 1st of 2023. I started that program and I've been sticking to it up until the point right now that you're listening to this podcast. And I hope to continue until the end of the month. So if you want to try it, we can sit down and talk about it. I could tell you more about it, or you can go back and listen to the show that I have spoke about. I think it's called "Is It Natural?" Something like that. But it talks about natural flavoring and why I decided to avoid it for these 30 days. And will I ever get back on it? Most likely, because if you eat out, there's likely going to be in their seasonings, their sauces, their foods. They've used natural flavoring. It's totally almost impossible to avoid it unless you just totally cook for yourself. Anyway, Coach E want to continue to encourage you with these podcasts. I want you to share this with your friends, your family, those who are 50, 60, 70 years old. Reach out to me at ericdunston.com. Hit the let's chat button. Let's sit down and have a casual conversation about what your needs are, how I might can help you, and let's see what if we can work together. Okay? Keep making great choices out there, everyone. And I want to leave you with uh, uh, two quotes. Let me see if I can remember them. One quote, yes, I remember two quotes that I wanted to leave you with. One, both about by the same person, but one of them said, one quote said, "We we ate ourselves into chronic disease. We have to eat our way out of it." So make good choices on the foods you eat and eat wholesome foods. And then the last one was, I really love this one. Your body is the best doctor in the room. So if your doctor suggests things and you feel funny because when he suggests them or he or she suggests them and they don't work for you, let them know. Make alternatives. Read and listen to your body. Listen very carefully to your body. That's what I've done, and that's why I've made these changes. And I hope to encourage you to keep making these changes to your health and make your health better. All right, this is Coach E signing out.